Welcome all as we congregate to the greatest toy line in community, ever growing, ever changing. As we collect and adapt these figures to our own imaginations and embrace the fun, there's much to learn, especially if you're new to Mythics.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another arousing episode of New to Mythics, episode 25. Top 10. Me Amigos top 10 episode.
Having us again.
Whose idea was it? Was it Jose's? Was it yours, Eric? Whose idea was it? It was somebody's idea. That was like top 10.
I brought it up, but I think Legion's Lair did one a few months ago too. So, I mean,
ours is going to be better.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do, to talk about our favorites, and even some of the people that are actually new to Mythics might see figures that we love, and it might gain some interest in some new fans.
Absolutely, right. Good thinking. Yeah, if there's a new fan that wants more pictures of one of the figures that we have, these guys right here, these guys wherever have most of the figures. I've got a couple, but if anyone wants more pictures or advice or thoughts on a figure, flaws or merit points about it, hit us up. We would love to talk about it. Also, I wanted to talk about or introduce the idea of having a giveaway. This show's got I don't know exactly. It's like 150 something, and that's a huge honor. I appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate people watching and giving feedback every week. Thank you to the people that are watching and those that subscribe. Thank you very much. I think you had a friend that mentioned a giveaway. Could you talk about that, Eric, please?
Yeah, of course. So Travis with Project Action Figure, he was kind enough to donate a Hagnon for this show since he knew we were doing it.
That's awesome.
And check out projectactionfigure.com. A lot of toy news on there. My own reviews, shameless plug. My reviews are on there. Thank you.
Yes.
And you can also shop for the latest action figures there.
Yeah, it's a store in there too, right?
What's that?
It's actually a store also. You can buy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So go to projectactionfigure.com. It's got, the first thing you'll see is a news layout. So the latest previews, any figures that are dropping, you'll see on there. And then there'll be a link for the actual store where there's Legions for sale and other figure lines also.
Awesome.
And they like to throw in a lot of swag. So if you like that stuff, some little trinkets, it's fun, and good people too. Some good people on that team.
Yeah. I mean, you're part of it, so. So Eric came to me and said, why don't we do a giveaway? And I'm like, that's a great idea. So we had to figure out, what would be the best way to do it. And so we came up with the idea, we're doing the top 10, so let's see if people in the cabal would like to contribute their own top 10. So tonight's episode is our Mythic top 10 Mythics, the Me Amigos show. So we asked the cabal if they would contribute in comments their top 10 or top 5, and some people just did their number one, which is fine. And then we would randomly pick the winner that would win the Hagnon. We're going to. So I have the list of the people that made the comments and the figures that they chose, but also when the show airs, which will be October 15th, you can also comment on the show in the comments, your top 5 or top 10 or whatever. And then we will draw, I think, Eric, we said the 22nd.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is the day before my birthday. Just throwing that out. And we'll have a drawing. So top prize will be Hagnon, and second prize will be from me, which will be my number one choice for the list tonight. I'm going to donate one of those. And then also third place, I'm going to donate one of my t-shirts. So you can use that as a car wash, you know, a rag for your car wash, or re-gift or whatever. But I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun to give a few things away. So
I actually wore your shirt to work yesterday, and everybody kept asking about me. I was like, oh, that's my buddy right there.
Appreciate that. Thank you. So we've been talking about this for what, like a few weeks?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. And I think our biggest thing was rating top 10 through 1, or like 1 being the best. And I think that was something that we were like, you know, do we do a, you know, 10 through 1, you know, 1 being the best? We have to pick. And I that's kind of how my brain was like, I hate to think that, you know, 1 is better than 10, but I mean, it's splitting hairs. It's not like, you know, what can you say? It's like, you know, it's just number 1 for you is you would sleep with it at night if it was, you know. So,
you guys don't sleep with your figures?
Well, I mean, they get pokey. You know what I mean? They kind of poke you.
Yeah.
I sleep right here. That's how this is actually,
with his eyes open.
Yeah.
And so without, you know, talking even more than I have been, just for me, I tried, and this is also something we had kind of talked about, bias. You know, some people are like Jonathan Hughes is like 1 through 10 is Vitus, and Joe Gonsalves was number 1 is Gideon Heaven's Brand, and I'm like, okay, what about number 2? He's like, no, there is no number 2. That's it. That's my list. So I'm like, okay, so I get that, and you know, like, as is my number 1 favorite figure. But so I tried to be critical and analytical about it, like what makes the figure the best in my mind, or what is it? Is it the mechanics? Is it how it's built? Is it how it looks? Is it shelf, you know, presence? Or is it just your favoritism that's making you pick? And so I kind of I tried to like step away, and, you know, I got like a top 10, but then I'm like, okay, what makes these the better? And then which one is the best out of all of these? And then why? You know what I mean? So what we're going to do tonight is kind of like, you know, we'll present, you know, one of our figures. This is my number 10. And then why, kind of, you know, or why did we choose it? So that's kind of like what we're doing. We figured it would be a fun show, and I'm going to stop talking. So we're going to start with Matt, who's not feeling good. He's got that sexy voice going on. And so Matt, please, what is your number 10 for tonight?
I will start off by saying this ended up being super hard. But we talked about it in the chat. Once you got it rolling, it seemed to be, but then I always second guess myself. So it can change. I mean, there's more figures coming out. I don't have them all. You know, I don't have them all. These are all, you know, in hand. So
yes. Oh yeah. That was a caveat, was like what we have, but also what we open. Like I was telling the boys that there's a lot, like almost the whole Poxus wave I haven't opened. So I can't consider those because I haven't opened them. I don't know if they suck or not. You know, they could fall over. They could, you know, something could break off. And these are all factors. So I'm only considering the ones that I have and that I've opened, and I just can't get out of my mind. So number 10. Oh, and then we also have three honorable mentions. So go ahead. I'm sorry, sir.
You're good. Number 10.
And then one more thing I want to say. And I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
My friend Vorgus here.
Woo.
My top 10 is where we started.
Is that version 1 or 2?
Slide them over a little bit.
This is the Legions Con version.
Oh,
okay.
Gorgeous.
I didn't get to go last year, but a buddy of mine, Luke Crumley, picked him up for me, and I absolutely fell in love with him. that armor, which is what he's all about, is that blood armor.
That armor, yeah.
It just consumes them, and I just find that so interesting that he is the character Vorgus, but it's the blood armor that does it for me. And this, eventually I'll end up getting version 1, but I absolutely love this guy here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I considered it as a top 10. It's got that one in Demistros. Oh man, what's he got on his? Is that a head?
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
That's David Duchovny's head.
I was like, that looks like David Duchovny. Okay, all right.
So
nice,
so that's
man.
number 10.
I'm a Gillian Anderson guy myself.
Okay, but yeah, he's just, I don't know. A lot of my picks are just the sheer factor, like, man, that figure is cool.
Yes, I agree.
Without diving too far into lore or bios or anything like that, it's just, man, that just looks cool on the shelf.
Absolutely, 100%.
So that's number 10 for me.
What you got, my brother?
So I'll preface it by saying this is all subjective. So, I mean, everyone's top 10 list could be different. What I tried to do is I tried to make it a mix of some objective things, some shelf presence. I also tried to make my list varied, where I didn't weigh heavily on one house, like where it's all Noble Bear or Goblins. Because I love both those factions, but there definitely some may be mixed in there. But yeah, at the end of the day, what I did was I chose my 10, which was difficult, like Matt said, and then I looked at everything else on the shelf, and I said I was content with these. If I was to show somebody my collection that may be new to Mythics, these are the 10 examples that I would want to show them with my reason for why. And that brings me to my number 10. My number 10 is Sir Owain.
Nice.
To me, he is the prototype for what a knight should be.
Yes.
I love the gold inlays throughout him. I'm a sucker for any shields that actually have a faction on them. I think that's awesome.
Yes, I agree.
It also helps this cape from Action Figure Armory off of eBay. I think it makes him look even better.
That's a great company. I totally recommend them.
Yeah.
For soft goods.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just think he's a knight. And I noticed something about in the bio that I actually wrote it down. I have it here. There's a part in the bio that says possibly more important than his skills with the sword is Sir Owain's jovial good nature. So I think that just encompasses.
I like that.
Encompasses a good knight, and kind of what I try to be also. So and he's also my Facebook profile picture. So that's
just an all-around good dude.
Yeah. Absolutely. Good choice.
Like you. Good choice.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've always loved knights ever since the movie Excalibur. When I was a kid, my dad took me to see it. And I was just obsessed with knights after that. So if I would have had Owain when I was a kid, that sucker he would have gone everywhere I went. I would have loved that figure.
For sure.
But it's a perfect knight. Absolutely.
Yeah,
good choice. Both solid choices, guys. So my number 10, there's 2 versions. This is number 1. I was not aware that there was 2 versions. I had the second version because it was newer. And then I think one of you guys opened my eyes to there being a second version. I was like, oh, really? I did not know that. I started collecting Mythics, basically just collecting the females. And then I'm like, these figures are too cool to limit myself. So I think it was a in-stock sale. They had dwarves, and I picked up a cavern dwarf. And then one of you guys, I don't remember which, said, hey, there's another version. Or I saw that there was another version. I'm like, what's the difference? And he said, there's a beard. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to have that. So this guy so the difference is basically the beard, I think. One's got the full beard, the full flowing beard. And the newer version 2 has the braided beard. And I just love this figure. He's just badass, compact. I love the copper color. actually like the two slits for eyes. You know, you use your imagination. He could be anyone underneath there. They're just awesome. And then Matt, he had bought a cape from Darla Ackerman, and I was in love with that picture. He had a brown cape and the shield on his back, and like I was just showing people that. I'm like, look at this, this is freaking amazing. And so I bought or somebody got me a brown cape. I don't know if it was you, Matt, or another friend. You got me a couple capes.
You got the cape. I don't know if I got you the brown cape or.
Yeah, I think. Anyways, I got a brown cape, and I haven't put it on him yet, but I will. Totally biting on my friend's style, but I love this figure. This is one of those ones that just my eyes just go to it, and that's going to be one of my reasoning for most of the figures that I picked tonight. It's just they just my eye just goes to them. So this is my number 10. Go ahead, Matt. You're up, my man.
All right, number 9 is a recent pickup. Here I got, I don't know, last week or so.
Ooh.
Is the lovely High Priestess Hera.
Yes.
She's just so unique with the colors, her hair. I do have the Max Bird cloth goods en route, hopefully again. So that'll.
You mean the Spawn cape?
Yeah, my Spawn cape.
That's so out there. Like you ordered a Max Good Hera soft goods, and they send you the Spawn cape. It's like,
no, I'm thinking somewhere somebody has a Hera.
Right. They're like, what the hell is this?
They have that Hera soft goods on a Spawn right now.
Right.
They're rocking how good that looks. But just she like you guys say, and you know we all say shelf presence. That she just
100%.
She just pops on a shelf.
Yeah,
and
she's
just
a beauty.
being so unique with everything, and her colors just complement her so well. I don't know, just like it could be because it's a newer figure of mine, but I just dig it. So that's my number 9.
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
and
great choice, man.
What I notice is your blue background is making her accents pop a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a buddy of mine told me to put blue on.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. I don't have her. She probably would have made my top 10 if I had her. She's beautiful.
She is super unique and beautiful.
Yeah.
Is her hands behind her back? That's kind of
cool. Yeah, that's my Eric pose. He did that with his Noglin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent choice, sir.
It's number 9.
You're up, E.
All right, so my number 9, I'm going to need a referee's call to see if this is agreeable by the Mi Amigos. Okay.
Okay.
My number 9 is
not a classified, is it?
It's Storm Shadow. No. My number 9 is the half giant with the accessory pack.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought about that. He was on my list.
So for me, in my own headcanon, this is a unique character.
Absolutely.
But with this accessory kit, and I couldn't believe that the half giant and the accessory kit were on Store Horseman for so long, since it's such a fantastic character. I know.
Is that your car? Oh.
All right, so the half giant with the accessory kit. I was surprised that it was available for so long on the Store Horseman sale. I know you've talked about it before, Greg, with the ogre weapons kind of being seeing them over and over again, the same weapons. But then here we have this awesome hammer. I mean, it's amazing. And then I absolutely, even with its issue of sometimes the teeth falling out or the tusks, I glued them in. I absolutely love that shield. That's probably my favorite accessory in the whole entire line. I love the beard, the moose antlers, his presence. Talk about presence on the shelf.
100%.
It's just awesome. I love this guy.
Yeah, he was on my early list. He got kind of edged out, but yeah, I love the beard and the antlers. And I mean, he and I have the same stomach. So, I mean, it's you know, almost a done deal. But yeah, I love that figure. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Excellent. Good choice, sir. Good choice.
Thank
That's
you.
your number 9. Number 9. Okay. My number 9. I realized as I was setting up that I do not have a number 9 in the house. It's he's in the garage. So my number 9 was a special table find, the Valiant Knight. So I'm having Matt do the stunt double, Valiant Knight. That figure it's like a Wayne. It's just a perfect representation of a knight figure to me. It's just so much fun. Hey, there we go. Yeah, just pretend it's me. Presenting the figure. Perfect. Good job, man. Way to step in. But I love the figure. I'm obsessed. I probably have 10, just not in the house. But I love the figure and I love the Valiant Knight, and I'm happy that it's used as the kind of the base model for the nicer, the newer knights that are coming out. It's just so much fun. I mean, it's a testament to how awesome that figure is, that they have 4 or 5 new knights coming out with that body, and it's part of the action figure armory that's coming up with Legion's Con. So that's a testament to how amazing that figure is. So that is my number 9, and I'm happy about that. Thank you, Matt, for showing that baby off. I appreciate it. What's your number 8, sir?
Number 8. This guy, I got a couple stories about this guy. My number 8 is the mighty Aerithur.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to be able to get him all in there. So early on in collecting, I was after this guy. My one priority at not last year's, but the year before, the first PowerCon here in Columbus, was to get this guy. So I stood in line. I got there late, so I didn't get right up front on the 4-H line. And I was looking ahead. I was like, all right, he's still on the table. And then this guy right in front of me grabbed the one of Aerithur. No, it is a guy from the Cabal named Brad Jones.
Oh, Brad Jones.
Brodor himself.
Yeah, I'm going to see him Tuesday.
Grabbed my Aerithur off the table before I got.
You got to do the Schwarzenegger, son of a bitch. Right. I can't do it, but
so
yes, dear, yes.
Yeah, I ended up getting him that day from another vendor there. Had to pay a little bit more. Didn't get the 4-H price, but
was it the 2-pack or was it the individual?
It was the individual one. It was the individual, just a single pack, the deluxe pack. But this guy, he's just got so much going on.
So much, yeah. That head sculpt.
He just looks like he could just kick some, total tail. Not that he'd have to. I don't think anybody would step up to him. It's so menacing.
How about those pauldrons?
Those pauldrons. I mean, just everything about this guy is just bad. And you can. I don't know if you guys know that, but you can take that little faceplate off.
Yep.
And he looks.
I did not know that. No.
He looked wicked under there too. So
really, yeah. I had a friend that was getting out of, and he's the one that kind of enabled me into the Mythics, and he sold me like a lot of his figures, and Aerithur and Aethon were in that lot, and I didn't really look at it very much, and I was like, not really my cup of tea, so I actually sold them to somebody else. I don't even remember who it was. And then was it ZoloCon last year? I think it was ZoloCon or no. It was the New Jersey Toy Con. And a friend said, hey, let's go to Chubsy Wubsy. which is a store in New Jersey area. And I still was not really convinced on Aether and Aethon, and he had it set up on his counter, on the glass counter, and I was just blown away. Like him on his horse, I was like, this is one of the badass figures I've ever seen. It's just with his teeth and like just the chains and the fire, and like I'm like, damn. So that next day at ToyCon, Brute Greg, he handed me a 2-pack and I bought it, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude. It's an amazing piece.
He is.
Yeah, congrats on that. I'm glad you got one. It's an amazing figure.
That's a number 8 for me.
Number 8. What you got, my man?
All right, my number 8 is Urzok.
Nice.
And yeah, he's my favorite orc. I love the war paint on his face. I love, again, with the shield. I'm a sucker for shields that have some type of logo on them. I love the detail. I love the symbol, because you don't see that a lot in the line. A lot of times you'll get a shield that's just blank.
Right.
But I love the design. There's a little bit of marking on the shield too, and the paint on this guy. There's some real nice subtle dry brushing throughout the figure, where it's almost like a bronze.
I love that when they have a little extra detail.
Yeah, just a lot of detail. And even if you compare him to other orcs, I feel like the face paint is my favorite shade of green for the orcs. And I just love this guy. And I had to have at least one orc in my list.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of the orcs. They're awesome figures. Yeah, that's a great choice, dude. Excellent, sir. Excellent. Number 8.
Have that guy.
You don't have him?
No, I don't have Urzok. He's up there.
I don't think I've got Warthog. I've got Warthog.
Yeah, he's a cool one too. I mean, he's really good figure too.
I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have that one.
I think he's from the second Kickstarter, so he's fairly. Fairly early figure.
Which one is the one that's in the new All-Star 6? Isn't there an orc that's
Gorthok?
Gorthok.
The dark.
Yeah, that one's
orc.
cool too.
Yeah.
Very cool. So my number 8 is one of my favorites. I really love knights. I love all the knights in this line. Hadriana is my number 8. I just love the figure. She's really unique. She's a badass. She's got this super cool helmet that's kind of a lion's faced helmet.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's just really unique. I do have a action figure armory cape, which Eric was mentioning earlier. Just really good. It's such a good deal, but really great capes. The guy that runs, his name is Sean. Really nice guy. I recommend action figure armories for your cape needs. That's my number 8.
Yeah, that helmet is one of my favorite accessories in the entire line too. That thing is fantastic. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah.
Beautiful figure. What you got, my man? What you got, Matt?
Number 7, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the number that comes after 8, right? Or before 8, rather. I'm sorry, my computer had something pop up on the screen.
It's okay.
This one, I wanted to rank higher. It was hard to put Grisha.
I wanted to. I had a hard time. I wanted to. That's a beautiful, unique figure.
That's the exact word I was going to use, is the uniqueness of just the colors and that head sculpt. I don't know. It's just, and there's the action figure armory cape on her.
That's a good color match, Matt.
Yeah. What color is that? Is that a purple?
Yeah, it's like a purplish maroon.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
it
beautiful.
matches. See, so I'm the her.
Me
Uh,
too.
I'm the her crowd on Grisha.
Yeah, me too.
Um, so
But it's
I'm
cool, the
sorry.
mystery. It's kind of like a Boba Fett. Like you don't know
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
he or
it.
she or what or thing or whatever. It's badass and beautiful, whatever it is.
But this figure, I want to. It's a she's an assassin. I'm pretty sure. I could be misspeaking here. Eric, you're more familiar, right?
Yeah, I
Assassin.
think it's a part of the Red Star, right? Red Star
Yeah.
faction.
Mhm.
And just that whole mystery behind everything about her or him. Hopefully one day we'll find out, or hopefully not. One day we'll
I
find
would
out.
love a virgin too.
Yeah,
Be awesome.
but that's my number 7. And it was up higher, and then I started going sorting, and she dropped a little bit, but definitely one of my favorite top 10
Me
figures.
too, man. That's a beautiful, amazing figure.
Yeah, I like that was one of those figures that I had almost zero interest in. I found a good deal on it. I bought it. And then once I had it in hand, the colors popped. Like you
Yes.
said, the head sculpt is so unique that it stands out on the shelf. It's a really
Yes.
cool figure. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that helmet. It's just so insane out there. It's just so out there. But like for me, it took me a minute. I'm like, this is crazy. Do I like this? I like it. I like it. I love it. And I was like, yeah, it's amazing. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of people have done that because the value of the figure has really gone up.
Yeah.
Not that matters, but I think sometimes people start to realize, like, holy shit, that's a really nice figure. I'm going to pick that up. So,
Just like we always say. I mean, and Eric just said it about, at first you're like, it seems all right in pictures, and then you get it in hand, you're like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
That this is definitely one of those figures.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So number 7 there.
Good choice, man.
All right. Number 7 for me is Attila Leosaur, the second version.
That's a great one, dude.
Yes.
I absolutely love this figure. There's so much going on with it. It could have been higher on my list, but I mean, this amazing hammer mace is incredible.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, it is.
the shield is incredible. He comes with a cape that you don't need to buy from Action Figure Armory.
I love the secondary head. That secondary head is one of my favorite head sculpts.
Yeah.
The secondary. It is
I mean,
amazing.
I have the other secondary head. Just you can pop it on anything. I just have it on
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
He comes with so much. I love this lion helmeted head sculpt.
Yeah.
The pauldrons are amazing. Those-
I can see him on a dragon for sure.
yeah, just an amazing. He's the leader. Leader of the army of Laodiceus. Just a powerful, strong leader figure that just stands in the front of my shelf for that faction and just represents that faction so well. I love this figure.
Even the first version is a nice figure.
Yeah, first version is nice. This one pops more. The golds are a
Absolutely.
little better done, a little deeper gold. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have the first version yet.
I think I sold mine to Terrence. I'm not sure.
This is my first version, but he's got a custom head on it.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. I like how they changed the armor. They made it a little more
regal.
Good choice of words, my man.
Word of the night. Yes.
Yes. Regal. This was actually one of my first number 7 is one of my first mythics. And they always say don't look back. And for this one, I went forward. This was on the newer one of the newer waves. But I love the color. I guess she's a bad guy. I don't even think I read the bio, but I just thought that Lady Averona is just a badass, beautiful. And I do have a cape for her. It was a Darla cape, but it came off. But even without the cape, she's just a stupendous. And I did get David Williams. He repainted the face. It's kind of hard to see, but
Nice.
he just kind of put a little bit more color
pops
on the face
and the eyes too.
Yeah, it's just a beauty. Like I just recommend this as one of your choices if you're new to Mythics. You will not be disappointed. This figure.
I love that. I love that you picked her. She's underrated, I think. And a lot of people kind of look over her. You don't see her that often in the groups or
right.
photo ops with her or anything like that. But
maybe fodder. But yeah, she's on her own. She is amazing. And then I thought I saw. I don't know who posted it, but the new was it Ogre Scale? One of the guys coming out in Necronominus, I think. The colors match hers, so like maybe they're saying that maybe that like those two are in league together or something. Right. The one that's kind of opposite of Sir Upcheck, the Big Greg's tribute figure, the dark version of that figure, and I can't think of the name of that figure, but his colors are kind of matching Avarona's, so that would be kind of cool if those two have some kind of story or history or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's badass. So that's my number 7.
Number
6, baby. Number 6.
We'll go ahead and
it's getting serious in here.
Apologize to Eric, but here's my number 6. Is this sneaky little goblin?
Could you scooch it over a little bit? Oh. Yes, over your face a little bit, a little towards your. Yeah, perfect. Now I have my logo is like right over over his face, and I'm not able to see.
Okay.
Is that Snag?
Snag, yes.
Beautiful. That is a great one, dude.
Yeah, he's as we went over in our Goblin episode, he's just a cool little dude. I had him once posed with everything he comes with, and he comes with a plethora of things. But he's just one of the coolest goblins out there. So much character in him. His head sculpt down to his boots.
Yeah, I love that head sculpt. Great head sculpt.
So that's my number 6, Sneaky Snag.
Awesome, dude.
So Matt, you said sorry, Eric. So what is the sorry for?
I was saying sorry because I know he's your favorite goblin, and I had him higher, but other figures jumped in front of him.
I'm kind of surprised that we haven't had any like matching. Like no one's picked the same figure yet. That's kind of
that is.
I wasn't expecting that, honestly. I think that there's such a wide range of
We're
figures.
So different, yeah.
Yeah, and we all just like what we like in different ways, and I think that's the coolest thing about the legions and the community, that everyone has their favorites, and if you don't like this or that, like there's something for you in
so many choices.
In these however many, I think Matt, we counted before, there's 300 figures roughly.
Yeah, it was. It's on the 4-H site of how many figures they put out, and it's broke down into waves and everything. So definitely check that out for anyone.
They're all beautiful. Yeah, they're all beautiful in their own way.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to come up with this top 10 list, and things could change tomorrow. And then we have the new waves coming. Where
exactly,
I'm sure there's a few figures I'm eyeing already. By next year, my top 10, I'm sure, will look completely different.
We'll have to do it every year then.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down, fellas. All right, what are we up to? Number 6.
Right? Number 6
for Greg.
Number 6 for me. Right?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, number 6 for me. I have another member of Army of Laodiceus. I have Magnus.
Oh, Magnus. I was going to pick him. Yeah, that's...
Magnus has, to me, one of the most beautiful face sculpts in the entire line.
Very matte adjacent.
Oh, yeah. I gotta put some glasses on him, and then he'll definitely
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
be a Matt doppelganger.
I definitely agree. He's got one of the better head sculpts through the line, at
Yeah.
least in any what I have in hand. I'll say that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And one detail that I do like is all his weapons have inlays too. Like you see a lot of these axes that don't have that paint detail in them, the gold and the red, where he has them. Plus he has the pauldrons. He comes with a shield. I mean, that's why he's stripped down. I just like his representation as a leader as is with the simple set
Raw.
of armor.
Hmm.
And then I used his other head sculpt. That's the amazing thing too. He comes with another head sculpt, which you can build a whole nother figure using a Lee
Hmm.
J or a
Nice.
gold knight. So
Hmm.
this head sculpt also comes with Magnus. Those pauldrons come with him. You have the shield that comes with Magnus. So he comes with a lot. Not only does he have a beautiful head sculpt, he comes with 2 head sculpts. He comes with these great weapons, accessories. I mean, yeah, he's my number 6.
Great
He's one you
choice,
don't
man.
see pop up either that often. I think it's highly regarded, and a lot of people really do dig Magnus. So, I mean, if you look at sales or anything within the Cabal, you don't. I don't see him pop up very often. Nobody wants to get
Not
rid.
very often. No, that's because people know what they got.
Yeah,
He's a banger for sure.
he's
Yeah.
too beautiful to sell.
I
Now,
ended up with extra axe of his, and so mine's dual wielding. Kind of looks cool.
Nice.
mm,
That
I
is
like
cool.
that. I like that. Yeah, Magnus is man enough to do that for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Post
Now,
show, send me a picture, Matt. Post show.
Yeah. Yep.
do you think that there should be a version 2 of that figure, or do you think he's just so badass we don't need another?
I mean, I think he's good the way he is, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely down for version 2 of Dwarf Builder, let alone Magnus.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'd take a version 2 of almost anything, really.
Except for
But
Okeatis.
he,
Not Okeatis.
he might be in my top 10. I don't know.
I'm gonna end the show early. Hell no.
It's that
I do
color.
not accept that. I do not accept that. We had mentioned figures in color earlier, and I don't know what kind of magic they've got, but the 4 horsemen, like their color, like the choices that they make, for some reason they just some figures and the color combinations just grab me. I had seen this figure before, and I guess I just never really noticed it or didn't really look at it very much. I've always loved elves ever since I was a kid. I loved Elf Quest, and so I do love the mythic elves. But this one, I don't know, the colors on the dark elf soldier, I guess this would be dark elf legion builder, just stuck with me, dude. I just love the blues and the purples and the I don't even know what are the colors, the dark grays and browns. It's a simple figure, but for some reason the colors, just my eye would just go to them. Like I'm like, okay, I need to buy one more because they're just so beautiful. So this is one of my favorites. He's basic, but just the colors for me really do it. So I love this figure. It's one of my favorites.
And us as collectors, we were lucky enough to have this pop up in the reissues. And,
yes,
and back on tables.
Yes,
for
that's me.
For those newer fans to get. That's when I got him too. So, yeah, I definitely agree with those colors.
I just love the really
blue.
Unique.
Yeah, the blue pops on them.
Yeah.
It's a Shadow Elf Warrior. That's what it is.
Shadow Elf Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. It's just for some reason just the colors together just really, I don't know. They just
yeah, it works.
they do it for me. They
yeah,
do it for
I
me.
like it.
So Yeah, that's my number 6.
Number 6. All right, number 5 for me.
Man, we're getting down to it. We're getting down to it, guys.
I'm gonna follow up with another goblin here.
Gobbo.
Man, hitting hard with the gobbles.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys, if you watched our goblin episode, we all have our love for goblins, and it was hard for me not to put Noglin in here. Just as we continue to use the word unique, that unique head sculpt on him, he just rounded out my number 5 for me to down to the countdown. Was a perfect fit, I think.
Great figure.
Yeah,
Great
that like wooden crown is awesome. Yeah, he's an awesome figure.
It's great number 5.
Yeah,
absolutely. Good choice, Matt.
We were just talking about our list not being similar, but what's funny is I had 2 figures from Army of Odysseus back to back. Then you had 2 goblins back to back, and then my number 5 is Snag.
There
which
you
is
go.
no surprise. That's why I said that before, Matt. I almost had him higher, but he got bumped a little down. On another day, he might jump higher. But you know, as you said, everything you said, he's just so fun. We talked about it on the Goblins episode. Greg, you've mentioned that the blue cap just stands out.
That. Yeah, I love that.
He's the rogue goblin, sneaky. He's got that big old nose.
That long nose, man, is awesome.
There's so much character in it. That little smirk that he has.
Yeah. For being an inanimate object, he has so much personality. Snag is just great.
Yeah, I agree. So Snag is my number 5.
Number 5.
No.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Yep.
There's a reason why that figure is so popular, especially with the reissues. I think a lot of people now have Snag because of the reissues, and it's just a great figure. Everyone should have one.
Yeah, I agree.
Good choice, Mike. Good choice.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 5. This figure kind of jumped around. He was actually even number 1 for a little while. And I just think that he's one of the most badass figures of any toy line, and that's Brother M. Brother M is my number 5, and he's just, I mean, that head sculpt, you know,
with that helmet,
it's just stupid, amazing, badass. You know, it's like, you know, Eric Treadaway, the other great Eric. I mean, the Grisha helmet, this helmet, you know, Hadriana's, he just that unique, you know, that he can come up with these unique things, and just, you know, boom, it's just an amazing figure. I love Brother M.
Yes.
So Brother M is proudly my number 5.
My son Gavin salutes you. He loves.
That's
Brother
for you,
M.
Gavin. That's for you, buddy. Yeah, I love the figure. I'm not a skeleton guy. I'm not a huge bad guy person. I don't collect a lot of bad guy figures. But he, for some reason, is just, I don't know. He's just awesome. I love that figure.
He's cool.
So cool.
I like that broken horn on one side, and I like him with the helmet flipped up too, where you could see the skeleton face, and there's details on the skeleton face too. There's like little tattoo marks on them. Just an awesome figure.
She's gonna knock down all my figures.
I just now realized you guys are wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, I've got purple. He's got black.
Purple and black.
Yeah. There you go.
I do not.
That's okay, man.
I like it.
I got the PowerCon shirt, Cabal shirt on.
That's all right.
We're
barely wearing shirts. I mean, we could have did it without shirts tonight.
Well, that's all I have on. So.
Yep. Same here.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's
mandatory.
Saturday night. Come on, guys.
Exactly. So we're down to 4 guys, plus 3 honorables. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Number 4. It's been
Number
almost an
4.
hour. Here we go. It's getting serious.
This guy, talk
Number
about
4.
shelf presence and detail, is this guy right here.
Absolutely.
Poxus.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He just has so much going on with his accessories, his sculpt, his colors,
the wings,
his cloth goods. He's just BA. And he takes no crap like the other horseman, Arether, I think. So that is my number 4.
That's a great choice.
I absolutely love this guy.
Do you display him on his horse, or is he without?
He's standing next to his horse as equals.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, that's a beautiful figure.
Yeah, it is. I wanted to have him on my list too, but I just couldn't.
It was tough. I mean, of all the figures, so like, I think with you guys, it was probably tougher because like, I have a lot of figures, but you guys, I think, have more than I do. So you're having to pick out of even more figures than what I had to pick. So I think it's a tougher job picking, 10 with, 3 honorables.
It is picking. It was I only have the one son, but it's like picking your favorite child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know tomorrow I'm gonna be like, oh shit, why didn't I pick that figure? I didn't even think about that. Why didn't I? But that's all right.
That's okay. That's for the next video where we just talk about, the next 10.
The honorable mention video.
Yeah, the top 20 honorable mentions.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I think I'm up next, right?
We're on 4, right? Number 4.
Number 4. All right. My number 4 is, and I didn't think I would like this figure as much as I did until, of course, I started seeing pictures in the Cabal. And then I finally got it in hand and realized, wow, this is something special. And I could be holding maybe one of the greatest action figures ever made, honestly. Arachagor.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think I needed a dragon, warrior, sorcerer, whatever you want to call them. But this figure is absolutely amazing and astounding. You got the jaw articulation. You have the amazing, I mean, 4 Horsemen always does it. Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions, their paint is phenomenal. Like, it's really hard.
Phenomenal.
I mean, I don't think I'm going out too far out of bounds to say that the figures that 4 Horsemen put out have probably the best paint in the market for mass
100%.
mass retail figures. I mean, for what is this, a $50, $60 figure? The blues that you get on this thing. I mean, there's so much going on with this guy. Look at that blue.
Presence.
I mean, that blue, which I got a little too much white going on my light right now, but there's so many layers of different tones of blue on there. This sword is amazing.
Yeah. I put the fire on mine. That's a beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That figure is one of the ones that I was like, should that be my top 10? It should be. And it just I was like, should I? Should I not? Should I not? I pulled them off. And
I would have had him higher, but he has fallen off my shelf a couple times.
See, he's very bulky. He's solid.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not really a negative, but he's very big and cumbersome.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't stand up the best, but I mean, Navarone has fallen over twice. So, but it's probably one of the best looking figures in any line that I've ever seen. And if I was going to recommend a figure, to someone that is interested in like dragons and fantasy and stuff like that, that would probably be one of my top
Yeah.
choices for that.
Yeah, that blue is just beautiful.
That
It's
blue.
amazing.
Yeah. It's
Just minus
gorgeous.
half a point or whatever you want to call it for the shelf stability at
Mhm.
times. Like I had to glue the foot because the foot broke off, but other than that, I mean, he's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
near perfect figure in my opinion. And
Yes,
like I said, I mean,
100%.
one of the most amazing things that have ever been made in the action figure
I
community.
agree. 100%. 100%. Number 4. That's your number 4?
Yes, sir.
Great choice. Great choice. Okay, number 4 for me. I guess this is another one that I was kind of late to the party. My buddy Brett actually gifted me one because I had seen Mark do a review. Mark was lucky enough to pick one up at the Legions Con table as like a warehouse find. And I had not really thought about the figure very much. And then he did a review and I'm like, okay, this figure is kind of cool. And then Brett gave me one because I guess he was not interested. And then I loved it. And then I'm on the team Ragna. So Ragna is my number 4. I have 3 now. And I'm looking for number 5. So Ragna is my number 4. She is an amazing little figure. She does come with some crazy fur that likes to just fluff off. But she comes with 2 head sculpts. She's got some cool pauldrons, really cool colors. Some people like to hate on her, Curtis, but I love it. I think it's a unique figure, and she's got some cool shelf presence, some cool colors.
Wait, Greg, I think we just lost 15 viewers.
I think so. Right? They're like, "What, Ragna? Are you colorblind? Are you crazy?" But I'm telling you, it's one of those. For some reason,
she's a cool figure.
I don't know what it is. There's just something about her that I'm like, I dig it. I think
she's unique.
She's like the Aubrey Plaza of action figures. Some people get it, some people don't get it. That's just what it is. But I don't know. I dig her. I will scoop her up if somebody's selling one, and I have the money. I would buy it. So
yeah, I
she
think
is my number 4.
She's unique and almost like a halfling, not really like a dwarf.
Right? Yeah, she's kind of in between because I'm looking. She is on a stand, but she's taller than the Cavern Dwarf and almost as tall as Averona. So. Or Hadriana.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's kind of an unusual, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably never get a version 2, just because I think Eric said he didn't like the Ragna either. But I don't know, man. I like it. Sometimes the weird figure, the figure that people don't like, sometimes it's got some attraction to you. So.
Yeah. I bought a lot a while back, and I knew that Ragna was in the lot. And I had all the intentions of selling her when I got it. And I got it in hand, and she appealed to me. Just the colors, that it's different than.
It's different.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. It's kind of like embracing the nerdiness. It's just a different, it's just different.
Yeah.
So,
she's rad.
My number 4. That's my number 4.
I like it.
All right. That brings me to number 3.
Number 3, baby,
is
a flex for Eric.
Thistlethorn. Just your typical. I mean, I continue to say it. Just so much going on, and I added so much more to him with the pack and some extra weapons I found in the cape.
Absolutely. That cape is looking good.
He's just so unique to the world of Mythos, and looks good in the flock.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm being silly. Yeah, I really like Thistlethorn. I kind of was lucky and picked him up when he was, not as popular. And
he's definitely as we continue to talk about in our chat, just that price point for him on the aftermarket is ridiculous, and
it's gotten worse. Yeah, it's
right.
But it's a fun little figure. I love the head sculpt.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Yeah, Matt, you've got me thinking that the way how you had Snag outfitted and then the way how you have Thistlethorn outfitted, is Thistlethorn like the good version of Snag almost?
Yeah, I guess that is a way to look at it.
It's like a light version. Yeah, he's like light and dark.
I like him. Hey, if anybody's got a decent priced Thistlethorn, I could use him for my collection.
And Eric, when Eric says decent, he means like $50 or under, because
Actually,
he's thinking
like
about
30.
30. Okay, 30, because he's thinking about the size. He's thinking about he's a size queen, so he's like, the figure's this big. I shouldn't be paying $200 for that figure.
Heck yeah! Look at Rakagor. Rakagor is $50-$60.
I know, man. That's not the Mythic rules, man. That's not how it works in the Mythics. That's not how it works, buddy.
There's my number 3.
I'm hoping they'll do a reissue or something, because he, or sell the head sculpt. If they sold the head sculpt like in a head sculpt pack, his value would drop, because he's got nothing else extraordinary other than his head sculpt. I think
Yeah.
Oh, good catch, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
That's why he's number 4.
Hey, Rocky goes, you guys are not talking about me. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not number 1. I'm out. Number 3, baby. What's your number 3?
Number 3.
It's getting down to it, man.
So I was thinking that this figure, like a little bit of recency bias, was entering my thought process when I was like, is it really that high for me? But I mean, the more I thought about him, the more I look at him, and this figure is just awesome. This is my number 3, the Skeleton Legion Builder 2.
Nice.
I think for what it is, and this thing was what, $26 when they first dropped it. I know now in the secondary market, they're $60-$70 or even more. But for $26 figure, for everything that you get multiple hands, you get the weapons, and the paint job is not like typical Legion Builder. It's got a nice wash through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. I love that jaw too. The jaw.
The articulating jaw.
It's just a fun figure.
Oh, so much fun. I did a review for this guy for Project Action Figure, and I couldn't believe how much fun I was having playing with him. And yeah, that's really the thing with this figure. It's just so fun. I only have 2, but they look great on my villain shelf that I have up there. I just love this figure. I think it's amazing. Figure. It's superposable. Just a lot of value here for what you get, and they really knocked it out of the park with this figure.
They did.
Absolutely. Yeah, they could have charged more, and people would have bought it. It's a great army building figure. Hopefully, they'll make more available so people can do some more army building. I know Necronomicus is coming, and there's some head sculpts that are coming for the skeletons too. I don't know if those are going to match though. Are they? The undead heads pack?
No, I think the skin tone or skeleton tone will be different. But we have the Necronomicus figures coming. Even though it'll be different bone color, you still get a chance to get an articulated skeleton. And even if these things were $37-$40 or whatever, I mean, they're still worth it. It's a fantastic figure.
Absolutely.
Even the sculpting is just perfect. Big beefy skeleton. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was smart. Big beefy bone.
Yeah,
it was smart. It was just like Valiant. They gave us a preview of what's to come, and that was genius on their part, because that figure is just stupid awesome.
It is really cool. You surprised me though with it. That being that far up on your list.
Yeah,
but it is a great figure. There's no denying that.
Yeah, I thought about sliding it back. I thought about putting others, but if I'm talking about the whole combination of shelf presence and objectivity of what I'm looking at, and also fun. Like that was the thing. If I was just the basis on what is the funnest Legions figure that I have, this would be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I had to have it top 3.
Yeah, I think fun is definitely a factor. Because if it doesn't articulate, or if you're afraid it's going to break or it's going to fall over, you're not going to be able to close it. Then for me, I get there's like points that it loses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Skeleton is like a 10 for 10
And that
when
was
it
it.
comes
Yeah.
to posability and
Yeah.
shelf
Two,
presence. And
2 out of 2 for me out of the 2 figures that I have. Buttery smooth joints. Everything worked as it should. Yeah, just beautiful figure. Love it.
I look forward to your review on Project Action. What's it
Figure.
called?
Yeah, Project
Project.
Action Figure.
Why can't I remember that? Project
Like
Action
that.
Figure. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
dude.
The review's already there. I did it a few weeks ago.
Is it? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Did I comment on it?
Probably.
I'm so sorry, dude. I'll have to
No, it's all
I'll have
good.
to look again, dude. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. I love that figure. It's a great figure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is a great number 3.
Thank you.
Number 3 for me. I know it's getting up there.
It is.
This is one of my favorite figures. I don't know. It's like there's some figures that I will give away to friends. Like, here, check this figure out. And this is one of them. I think she's super cool. She's got good shelf presence. She's fun. They're not very expensive. And I don't know. I just think it's a great figure. It's Artemis version 2. And I just love this figure. It's just fun.
She is beautiful.
Got so many, cool things about her. The head sculpt, the antlers, the outfit. I do have a cape on from, I think his name is Josh Chambers. He did do capes for a little while and then he stopped. The cape is kind of a cool, it's almost like a jersey knit, kind of like if you wore like a sports jersey.
Yeah, it looks good.
But it's real soft. But yeah, I just love this figure. It's just a fun figure.
It is.
And I recommend it to anyone that is new to the line. Pick this figure up. It's probably $60, maybe 70.
She's steadily climbing.
Yeah. A lot of fun. I recommend. That's my number 3, guys.
She's beautiful, and she comes with that like bone crossbow too. She comes with a really big crossbow that I love.
Do you guys know any background on as to why it seemed like they made a version, 2 versions of her fairly close together?
Yeah, I noticed that. That is strange. And they did the older version first and then the younger version second, which is kind of strange, right?
Yeah. Is there a story to that? Do you guys know anywhere? Or it just seems odd because across the line, we do have our version 2s and stuff like that, but that one seemed fairly recent with the release of the original. I don't know. Yeah. It just came to mind when you brought her up.
It's a good question because how many figures do you see that happens?
Yeah, that's true. Right. I know she's prominent in the book, so it could be they had plans to represent maybe both versions from the book. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that is a good question.
Are there any other figures that have 2 versions of them where one is as a like king, queen, prince, princess, and then one is a warrior? Or is this?
I don't think so.
Not that I can think of offhand.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's interesting.
Yeah, I might have to ask. I'm curious about that myself.
Yeah,
like what's the reasoning? And maybe it's stuff that we don't know. Maybe it was planned. They've got something that we don't know about.
And maybe it's been said before. I was just curious on that.
That's good question, sir.
Yeah, it's a good question, Matt.
And we're down to number 2.
Oh,
we are down to number 2.
Number 2. For me, number 2 is he's taking a dive here. The man himself.
Oh yeah, a recent acquisition of yours, right? You got him not too long ago.
Yeah, I got him a couple months ago.
Oh, it was a couple months.
Yeah.
Nice.
But so I think one of the reasons I like him so much, he's he has that and of course Noble Bear being my favorite faction. Something Eric and I share there.
Yeah.
But he has that leadership look to him, just that coolness of following his people out to a war or battle or what have you, if that makes any sense. Um, I look at it as a kid too, as you know, some kids they want to be Spider-Man or something like that. I would want to be somebody like Atlas, Matless, if you will.
There you go.
Matless.
That's your new name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great head sculpt too.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. He just looks so cool up there with his faction.
What's the shield from?
That's I'll probably misspeaking. I think I got it from Wolf King, and I painted that up.
Nice.
I need one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you one, Matt.
I know, me too. Yeah, I'll send you one too.
Send them in. I'll paint them for you.
Sweet.
I'm by far no professional, but I enjoy doing it.
That looks good, man. I think that's a nice pop for him. Honestly, I think it fits him really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love a shield. Very nice.
There's my job. Number 2, Matless.
Good choice, man.
Matless the Conqueror.
See, that's why we're here, because Noble Bear for life.
Okay.
And my number 2 figure is Noble Bear, Thord Ironjaw.
Ooh, nice.
So if you can, let me put down the axe. This figure has a lot of sentimental value for me, considering that he was the first figure that caught my attention on the initial Kickstarter. He's the first one that I saw that I said, yep, I'm going to back it. And this is what I want. I want a dwarf fighter. He just looks badass. The orange.
Can I see his head closer?
Yeah. The orange beard.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Again, a sucker. This is going to be the third one on my list with that shield.
Yeah.
The Noble Bear logo on the shield. He's got the blue accents, kind of similar to Ragnar. The blue accents around him.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
I do like the little hints of blue.
Yep, drop the axe. The blue hints. And I love the name Thord Ironjaw.
I do too.
You know, he jumped on Noble Bear and left with Atlas to
Matless.
Yeah, Matless to go start the Noble Bear faction. So he's just a little badass dwarf, and definitely some bias here with this being my first figure that made me want to collect Mythic Legions.
Absolutely. Now, is that the same head sculpt that was in the heads pack, or is it different?
No, it's different.
Is it different? Okay.
Yeah. Matt, you have it there?
Okay.
Yeah, his beard's bushier.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It is the same head sculpt as Halmir Golden Tooth.
Oh, okay.
They do have the same head sculpts.
I'm still learning the older dwarves.
Yeah.
I just don't see them very often. I don't have any, so
this is
super cool.
Yeah, this is Halmir Golden Tooth.
Man.
We know that's not his number 1.
Well, that's a good point, but no. I had to pick one of the dwarves. I didn't want to have 2 dwarfs as a number 1 and number 2. But
you could do that. There's no rules, man.
Yeah, but Thord Ironjaw, he's a figure that definitely will always hold a special place in my Legions collection.
Absolutely.
Good story, man.
Great choice.
It's a sad story, but that's a good story.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right. You got a heart, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. My number 2 is what you guys probably figured my number 1 was going to be. Azza is my number 2. I don't know what to say about this figure. I just am in love with the colors, with her skin tone, her story, how it's fleshed out a little bit more. There's a version 2 coming. I just love Azza. Just absolutely my favorite figure of all. But I had to be a little bit more analytical. I had to look hard at the figure and say, is it perfect? Is it something that's, you know, above all the others? You know, and that's where the bias was like, well, hell yeah, like that's my number 1 through 10. That's my favorite mythic, and it is my favorite mythic. But the number 1 is, I think, just a little bit more perfect than Azza, even though I hate to say that. But that's just me trying to be a little bit more analytical and less biased. But my bias is Azza all the way. But yeah, I just, ever since I started collecting mythics, she just caught my eye. I saw her on a checklist, and I was just looking at her. I'm like, she is super cool. She's mysterious. She's dark. She's sexy. She's got the blue skin and the body tattoos. She's just cool as hell. And I'm like all about that. And I just thought she was super cool. And then when they did version 2, I was just like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is great. So more Azza. But yeah, that's my number 2, man.
So if
Shocker.
you know what I noticed on Azza, they finally gave her the role, I think, what she was, because she was, like you said, mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
Race. I'm sorry, she's a necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
And they finally added the race to her being a shade, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
To unleash that mystery on her. A great figure.
Yeah, they gave her a little bit extra story, you know, with the version 2, and I love that. I think that's cool.
And that shot that Trevor did when I'm sorry, I'm going off
no, that's okay.
That shot Trevor did, it's just beautiful with that.
Absolutely.
Actually, I showed you guys. I had my printing guy at work print me up a big picture of that, so that's really cool. But you did surprise me. I thought for sure that was going to be your number 1.
I had to shock the boys, man. I knew you guys were going to be like as a number 1 for sure. So I had to, you know, I had to throw a loop, but it just got me thinking. You know what I mean? It's like I was trying to not be as biased and be a little bit more, you know, a little bit more critical. You know, like why would she be number 1, and is she better than my number 1? And honestly, figure wise, she's not as good as my number 1. So
I have a
theory. Yeah, Matt, I was thinking the same thing with the Trevor Williams shot when we were talking about Azza.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, so I'm glad you said it. It's a beautiful shot.
It is
absolutely.
Shot. Yeah. I have a theory on your number 1. I'll see if I'm right here. But you know, I mentioned Godin to. Oh, you're gonna have to bear with me here.
Take your time, man.
Wait, where's the drum roll? Is this number 1?
Number 1.
I think I let this slip before we thought about doing a show, but my number 1 is Bromden.
Yeah,
that black and gold. I just love that. I just love that black and gold on him. His shield.
That shield's amazing.
His crown coming off there. He's just a great figure, and he's fun. Fun to pull off the shelf and just mess around with his little. He's got some fur there on him. I got it all covered up, but it kind of drapes down on him.
Long. It's one of those that I don't think needs a version 2. It's just perfect on its own.
He's just my number 1. I mean, I ain't got much to say other than that. I just think he's
nothing else needs to be said. Yeah, it's worthy of a number 1 for sure. Absolutely.
Great figure.
Fantastic. Come here. Come on. Okay. Come on, guys.
With the action figure armory cape on.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep, I've got it on mine too.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Good choice, man. Good choice for number 1. Right. What you got, Eric?
Number 1. My number one choice will surprise you. Also, it will surprise you.
Are you okay?
Okay. My number 1 figure is Ragnar.
Get out of here. No.
Hashtag Ragnar fan club, baby.
Get out of here.
Outta here.
Get out of here.
Wait. What is
Get
my
outta
number one, Greg?
I know
what
what
is
your
my
number one is.
What is Matt? What's my number one? Come on, guys.
It's Juno, man. It's got to be Juno.
You already know it's
Yeah.
Juno. I love Juno.
Juno is fantastic.
She is second Kickstarter figure. Always, again, another figure that held a special place. I said screw the bias and did my number one, number two, focused on heavily on bias.
You went the opposite of me.
Yeah.
I tried to be non-biased.
Yeah, I said, for me, she's always a figure that I look at on the shelf every time. She's beautiful.
Absolutely.
I love the head sculpt. Still, after all these years, it's beautiful. The blue war paint, the hair. Again, with sentimental value. When I first got this figure many years ago, my wife actually had like a similar hairstyle, so it always makes me think of my wife when I see her.
That's awesome.
So yeah, just an awesome figure, and she will always forever be Team Noble Bear.
Absolutely.
So
I had accidentally bought
two. Come on, Matt.
I didn't realize I had two. I had one on my shelf, and then I was like looking one day, and I'm like, I've got two. What the hell?
Wow.
So that shows how much I dig her. I think she's badass.
Send one my way.
Great figure.
Yeah, I love her.
Absolutely. Great choice.
Thank you.
Excellent. So this figure, my number one, did you say you had a theory?
I did have a theory.
All right, go ahead. What's your theory?
I'm gonna go with Phelan.
Very good choice. I had thought that, and she is not my number one. She's not my number one. I mean, if somebody asks, I'm gonna say Az is my number one, and Phelan is my number two, and the female barbarian is my number three. Those are my top three. But me being critical in this and not biased, I picked a figure that I actually opened today. I've looked at him
double jointed.
I looked at him for months. I bought him brand new, and just was one of those where I was just happy to own him, and I didn't need to open him yet. And I traveled. I went to Vermont. I went to New York. I traveled all over, and I actually picked up two more, and I just love the figure. I think, for me personally, it's perfect, and that's Dubon.
Yep.
I think Dubon is, as a figure, better than Azza. I think Dubon, with the head sculpt, with the soft goods, with the clothes that he's got, the freaking falcon that, or whatever it is, bird of prey that, sits on his shoulder. You put him on Boreas, forget it. You're going to have people walking in that room being like, what is that? And where do I get one?
He is a great figure.
He, for me, is my number one.
And readily available right now.
And readily available. Yeah, like 5 of these figures you could probably get for $60 that I've picked. It's not really about value. It's about figures that I think are fun, that make me happy, that catch my eye, like this, Dark Elf Warrior. $40 on the reissue table, but my eye keeps going to it. And so, that for me is huge. It's just beautiful to look at. These things are little pieces of art, and they make me happy. So Dubon is my number one.
Great choice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
that definitely, he comes with so much. I want to say
pauldrons.
I want to say a word entry level for newcomers too.
Yes.
I don't know if that's proper terminology, but if you're on the fence about getting into Mythics and you pick up Dubon, forget about it. I mean, you're gonna want more. You're gonna want more.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dubon is one of those figures that you say to somebody new to Mythics and say, hey, pick up Dubon. He comes with a ton of accessories.
Absolutely.
You're probably going to pay about $40 for him, which is a great deal, 40 to $50.
Yeah, for that, I mean, it's a steal.
Yep.
You're going to have fun with it. It's just a great figure.
Soft goods.
Hell, that cloak or cape, whatever you want to call it, that's a $20 cloak or cape
Absolutely.
in the soft goods market. Easy.
Yeah, and the plastic matches the soft goods so well.
Yeah,
it just looks great. It could have been a blunder, but it looks fantastic.
You caught me off guard with that being number one, but it is a great figure, so there's no denying that.
I got a chance to watch Mark and Greg on Double Jointed, and I saw you open it today, and I said it's probably going to crack the top 10.
Yeah,
because it is.
I was in love, dude.
It is a phenomenal figure. It really
Absolutely.
is.
Yeah, it is.
I thought about putting it in my top 10 also, but it's kind of slid a little bit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys went up and went down, and I just, day to day, today I was like, okay, I got to pick, I got to choose.
Yeah.
And so this is what I got.
Yeah.
Man, this has been fun, guys. This has been fun. I appreciate you.
Honorable mentions?
Yes, 1 sec.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, I had to clear the table. This next part is our honorable mentions. These are just as important as the ones that we picked as our top 10. We had a great time with our top 10. These are ones that we said, okay, let's just do 3 because we could do a whole nother top 10.
Oh yeah.
Of honorable mentions easily.
And
I found this I found honorable mentions almost as hard.
Yeah.
Arakagor was in there as one of my honorables. He just slid, a little bit further down, but I feel guilty. I'm like, I'm sorry, Arakagor. I'm sorry to do you like that. But yeah, so our honorable mentions are just as important as the top 10 were.
It was just as hard.
Yeah, they just didn't quite make the cut. They just didn't quite. So let's start with Matt again as your third. You're the lowest.
I'm gonna pause for a second. Well, not pause, but steer off course here for a second.
Sure.
Gavin was helping me get stuff out today. Gavin, my son, and he was like, "Would you mention 2 of my favorite figures?"
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, bring them in.
Yeah.
I said, "You pull them off my shelf, and I'll talk to the guys to them." So he absolutely, of course, he don't have these yet, and that's one of our things to hunt for at Legion's Con when we go. He loves my Baron 1, and he's like, mention that on the show for me. And I was like, absolutely, I can do that. So he's a big fan of Baron. And I put the head on him, and he digs that on him.
Absolutely.
So, Baron 1, it's a great figure. Yeah,
it is a great figure.
Now, do you guys might have it. This is the All-Star one, but the original, I think it has a different color purple on it. Of course, it looks bluish there, but if you look at the stock photos of him, he actually has a different purple on the site. So I've never seen it in person. If it is actually a different purple, you guys may know. If not,
I don't know. I mean, but sometimes the stock photo lighting is a little off.
That's what I was thinking. It might be just lighting or early pictures of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll hurry up here and move to his.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
His second favorite figure was the silver dwarf here.
Good pose.
Yeah,
that is a good pose. I'm in love with the silver dwarf.
He posed
good
that
choice.
For me.
Good choice, Gavin. Tell him I said good one. Yeah, I just got my second one the other day, and I love that figure.
He's I think he likes this, and he mentioned that he plays a lot of Elden Ring and those games, and he said this is like something out of that game. So he absolutely loves the silver dwarf here, and we'll be hunting for a silver dwarf and a Baron at Legion's Con, so it'll be a fun little hunt there.
Good choices, Gavin.
Thank you guys for letting me show them for him.
No problem.
Anytime.
And I will go with my first honorable mention. Eric, you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Juno. I threw some fur on her to
I
warm
like
her
that.
up.
Where'd you get that fur from? I like that.
It was a
His back
fur.
hair.
Ha, ha, ha.
You wish it was back.
Yum yum.
I actually picked up a fur coat at the thrift store.
Get
Threw it in
out
the
of
wa-
here.
Threw it in
You
the washer.
serious?
And cut, yeah, and
That's
Oh,
cool,
shit.
man.
and cut pieces off of it and put on her.
Well, now you need to start tailoring us some fur goods for our
Yeah.
figures.
It was a coat.
Thank
There's a lot of fur left.
Winter is
Yeah.
coming, man. Shit.
Good thinking,
Maybe
man.
I go for a fur hair piece too when it gets cold. You know, just style it for me.
She was. It was hard not putting her in my top 10. Just like all of us, we had to make those decisions, and she got
Tough
cut.
choices, man.
I
Tough
had to leave her
choices.
in the honorable mention.
She deserves it. Absolutely.
I appreciate that you put that in there because that's how we first bonded too.
It is. Yeah.
Over Juno.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we both found one for sale and it was loose or something, missing accessories.
It's missing something.
Yeah, we were going back and forth. Hey, do you want to buy it? Do you want to buy it?
Yep.
Yeah, and that was started off our friendship.
And we both ended up getting one shortly thereafter. Not from that guy, but I can't remember who that was.
Yeah.
But
look at that. Juno made our friendship possible. Thank you, Juno.
Juno's building bridges.
Yep.
Yeah.
So honorable mention, right?
Number 3.
My honorable mention is in the same vein as Dubon, in that it's an amazing starter figure that you can still buy today. And this almost cracked. I kind of slid it in and slid it out.
Mm-hmm.
On another day, this might make my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
This Xylernian guard is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a little underappreciated, this figure, honestly.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people use it for customs too.
Look at that shield. You get the bow, you get the sword, you get I think two faceplate heads. This one has the cross right there. The other one doesn't have the cross. It's slightly different mask. Just an amazing figure.
It really is.
Also has a soft and a plastic tabard.
Yeah, that's right.
It comes with the two different types, which I think was their first soft good tabard, however you say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually just bought one not too long ago.
That is a great figure.
It's a great figure for sure.
I mean, you compare this to other stuff that's out there in that $40 to $50 price range.
Exactly.
And this is an incredible figure and could easily be in my top 10. Easily.
Yeah, I mean, just like Dubon, you can put that figure or Dubon up against any of the older figures, and you could have an argument.
And of course, sorry, Greg.
No, you're fine.
You take my bias away from my few choices in my list, and this could be objectively, like you were saying about Dubon. To me, this is objectively a better figure than Juno and Thor Ironjaw.
Yeah,
objectively. Objectively, in my opinion.
Right.
But when I look on the shelf, is a fantastic figure. My eyes are more drawn to Juno and Thor, which is why I chose those. But
absolutely,
this figure is amazing.
I agree with you. He's definitely in that same category of Dubon, and I can use the same thing I said about Dubon. If you lead a new person to this figure as well, it's going to have that same effect that Dubon would have. It's just a fun figure, and it comes with some great accessories.
Absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree with you. You guys have some great choices. This figure is like what we were just talking about. It's kind of an entry level. It was one of my first figures. I'm obviously, from my list, I love the Knights. And this guy is just fun. For some reason, they're cheap right now on the ISS in stock sale. And it's like, I want to buy more just because they're so much fun to have. So my number 3 honorable mention is the Dark Templar. And it's just a fun figure. You know, he comes with good stuff. Superposable, a lot of fun. He could be a good guy, he could be a bad guy, whatever you're, you know. But it's just a great figure. So much fun. And you could buy 3 of them or 4 of them and put them on your shelf, you know, interspersed all over, and they're gonna look good. Or they could be, you know, a group of bad guys, or, you know, fought to fight against your hero, your Atlas, or whatever. Just a fun figure, and I'm here for it. I love this figure.
It really is, and like you said, the entry level figure, but it's a great figure. Popping and swapping different stuff on it, along with the other one as well. I think I threw a Kylo Ren soft goods on mine.
I saw that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And it looks really cool. And then on the other one, I put the Panther head and arms
I love that one. Yeah,
on that figure. And it's just, I mean, there's just so much you can do with the pop and swaps with that one in particular.
And you could, I mean, it could be a Relic Knight. It could be it could be a White Templar. You know, just in general, this type, you know, this simple, you know, pauldrons and sculpted soft goods, the hard plastic, whatever, the chest and all that, for the Templar or for the Relic. It's just a simple design, but visually it works. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They're not much money. And they look good on the shelf. So
$26.
$26, you know, and I felt kind of simple. I mean, I felt kind of silly. I'm like, you know, should my honorable be that cheap? And it's like,
why not?
How does it make me feel? You know, does it make me happy to get one? If somebody gave me this for my birthday or for Christmas, I'd be like, hell yeah, man. That makes me happy. I love it. You know, it doesn't
even
matter.
if you have a couple of them and somebody got
I have a couple, and I still, I'm like I said, I was on ISS today, and I'm like, should I pick up another one? You know, $10 flat rate. You know, they're just fun to have. So that's, for me, it's fun, and you know, if my eyes go to it, then it's worth having for me.
Yeah,
so,
26 bucks for a figure that you could still buy on storehorseman.com right now.
They're plentiful.
And I almost had the other one, like we were talking about, the Relic Guard, the one that's the
the
white
Relic
version of that.
Awesome too.
And I love what you did, Matt, with the Jaguilian, the black
Jaguilian head. I need to do that. I've been meaning
on the white Relic Guard. That thing looks awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a fun figure to throw stuff on like that. So, and that heads pack is cool, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's like $30 or $40 wherever you get that heads pack, and just pop and swap and have fun with it. You know, that's what this is about, you know.
Yeah, the Templars are a great starting place, you know, and then you accessorize, you know, soft goods, helmet, you know, or you could get some 3D printed heads or swords or weapons or whatever. It's a fun thing to build upon. You know, you're paying $26 and then you're building more on top of it to make it an even better figure.
Right.
So, that's my number 3.
I like it.
So that's me up for my second honorable mention. All right. So we'll go with Phelan.
Nice choice, man.
She is just, I don't know. She is a woman's woman.
Absolutely.
Just so much shelf presence on her. It's just she was in my top 10 at first, and then with some moving around, and she didn't make the cut, but I had to keep her in my honorable mention. Just so much good stuff with her.
Yeah, she's a great one.
It looks pretty cool, that pose that's showing up on the camera.
Absolutely.
I like the whites. Yeah,
she's my number 2 favorite. She's a gorgeous figure. I love the colors.
Yeah.
I do wish they would do a version 2, maybe update the I know they could make her prettier. I mean, she's badass and beautiful, but I think with how the head sculpts that they're doing now, I think they could make an even better version of her. But she's perfect and beautiful. She's my number 2 for sure. Beautiful figure.
Yeah,
Good
she's
choice.
Yeah, I got her next to an ice troll, and she looks really cool standing next to it.
Nice.
Her
Number
and
2.
Ragna.
Yeah, Ragnar.
Oh yeah, they're partners, man.
Yep, exactly. All right, my number 2 honorable mention is the Goblin Legion Builder, the original one.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great one.
We've talked about it on the Goblin episode again. This figure comes with a lot. You get the helmeted head sculpt. You get the other regular unhelmeted head sculpt. Just a great figure, and I mean, they look awesome. Having 2, 3, 4, 5, however many army building these things, they're just a great representation of a goblin goblin foot soldier, if you want to call it.
What's that axe from?
Good question. I have no idea. I have no idea. I found it in a bin of weapons I had, and I threw it on, and I thought it looked pretty cool.
It works.
So,
Yeah.
so any new people watching this, you do not get that axe with that figure.
That is a good point.
Yeah, contact Eric if you want that axe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah,
good choice, and it's fun. It's a fun figure.
It is. You know, and that kind of falls in line with the. I will continue to say repeating ourselves like records, but with Dubin and the Xylernian Guard, just that's a good goblin. If you're unaware or not a fan of goblins, pick that up and see how you feel about it. I guarantee you'll change your mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it changes so much with the helmeted head or popping on the goblin head.
Yeah,
you can have 3 or 4 of these where you have them different ways, and they just look awesome, flanked around the other named goblins like we saw earlier. Snag, Noglin. Yeah, they look awesome together.
100%. Great choice, man.
Yeah, good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Absolutely. So my number 2 is the King, Bromden.
My man.
He could have easily been number 1, the top,
Yeah.
you know, and he was up there for, you know, this day or that day or whatever. He was probably top 5. Literally a perfect figure. I don't need to change him. I do have an action figure army. I thought I'd put it on him. I have a cape for him, but I haven't put it on him yet. But he's just so regal. His fur, his weapons, the crown, just everything is just awesome, beautiful.
Yeah.
I do need to have a moment where we all pull out our Bromdens, like we did in that one episode where we do the triple Bromden.
I am definitely down for that.
I'm down.
Yes. The triple Bromden enabled.
He is.
Yeah.
Boom.
If anyone's thinking about it, buy it because he is better in person.
Find this guy.
Yeah. Find this dwarf. Find this man because he is the shit.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. He's a perfect figure. But seriously, yeah. So he's my honorable mention number 2.
What was that? Was that Jose commented on our video or something in the Cabal and said he liked when we got all our Bromdens out?
Yeah. That's for you, Jose. That's for you, buddy.
There you go.
Yep, absolutely. So down to our number 1s, our number 1 honorable.
Number 1 honorable. This guy, again, revert back to my comment about Dubon and Xylernian Guard, but go with Kratos.
Nice.
Such a fun
little good one, dude. Yeah, that's a good one.
And the head sculpt on him and his colors. He's just a fun little figure. With a good shelf presence as well. And he comes with a decent amount of stuff as well. With this little satchel and his shaman staff or whatever you want to call it.
That satchel. They need to make a pack, like an accessories pack, and reuse that satchel because it is awesome.
That's my
that head sculpt.
Number one honorable mention.
Great choice, man.
He's a good figure.
Would you say that figure's a sleeper? Because he's not really too expensive. I've seen him kind of fluctuate, but I mean, you can find him. But it's just a great figure. I mean, I think a lot of people have that figure.
I look at this figure. One thing that reminds me, makes me, he's gonna take a dive. This figure puts me in the mind of Thistlethorn, right? So Thistlethorn wasn't a big figure. Many people didn't like him when he first came out. And now it's just got a following, and it's a good figure.
He could be the next Thistlethorn.
And he could be the next Thistlethorn, 5-6 years down the road, when he's more, nobody is wanting to get rid of him, or they start appreciating him more. But this is a great figure.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you threw out the Thistlethorn, because I was thinking to myself, and I've never had Thistlethorn, so I could be completely wrong when I have it in hand. But for me, this figure's superior to Thistlethorn for me. I love the head sculpt on this, everything that you mentioned about all the accessories that he comes with. And I've used them on a dwarf custom also. That's just a great body. I love that body.
Yeah, it is a great body. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And that head sculpt,
and the colors,
is so unique. Yeah.
Yeah, I've found myself looking like at the figure, like just admiring the head sculpt, just because it's just so detailed and unique.
Right.
And just so fantastical. Like you want to walk in a forest and see this guy like roll up and, befriend you, in a magical forest. He's just a cool dude.
Yeah, I think he's undervalued a little bit.
Good choice. Good choice, man. Number one, Eric.
My number one.
It can't be Juno. It can't be Juno. You can't.
Damn it.
Show's over.
Can it be Ragna? Can it be Ragna?
Hell yeah. Buster.
My number one.
Ragna.
My number one honorable mention is your number one, Greg. Dubon.
Nice.
Good again, choice. We talked about it before, but I mean, this figure is tops. It didn't make I thought about putting it in the top 10, but love the figure, love everything it comes with. It just didn't speak to me personally.
Right.
But yeah, I love the Falcon that he comes with, if that's what it is, a Falcon. You get the awesome soft goods cape.
That cape, like what Matt said, that cape is
the pauldrons are awesome. Again,
cape.
I'll show this guy again. You can make an easy custom. Just pop
yes,
the head on.
Absolutely.
And Kai Pacha, I feel like Kai Pacha is going to fit into this
fun kind of fun starter.
Light blue figure too. I feel like they're all gonna look really great on a shelf together. So you take Dubon, get some of those now. Get some of Kai Pacha if you haven't pre-ordered them. When they come out, retailers will have them, and you'll have a nice crew around Dubon that I think are going to look really good together.
Yeah.
And he comes with how many hands? I think you saw it.
6, 8.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think a total of 8 hands, including the ones on him.
Yeah.
So a crossbow, pauldrons, a falcon, sword. So it's
just loaded out.
Figure. And the value, he's definitely undervalued. I guess they made a bunch of them. I don't know, but like you can pick them up for $40 easy, and it's worth every damn penny.
And like you discovered earlier, he looks awesome with Boreas too. It's like he's made for him.
Made for Boreas. Great figure.
Yeah.
Great figure. Yeah.
Yep.
Good choice. Okay. So my number one, what's the word? My number one honorable mention. Yeah. Sorry. I had a brain fart. This figure was actually my number one top of the top 10 until you bastards said no figure obscura. Bastet was my stuck in my wires. Bastet was my number one figure of the top 10 Mythics. The soft goods, the head sculpts that she came with, the arms, just everything. The skin color is just, I don't know. I just think it's beautiful. I mean, she's got these little earrings that are real. It's a new body, or well, I think it was Alethea's, or part of it was Alethea's, but everything else is new. It's just, for me, it's just a stunning, beautiful figure, and yeah, she's one of the she just makes me happy. I look at that figure and I'm like, damn, that figure looks good. That is a beautiful freaking figure. Yeah, she was my number one. And then you guys are like, no figure obscura. And I was like, oh, okay, I need to rethink this. So she is my number one honorable mention. Would definitely be my number one. Because she's like, you know, the same as Dubon, even though she's more expensive as Dubon, she's just well made. She stands well. She comes with a lot of stuff. Just a great figure for what you're getting. And there's nothing bad I could say about her.
No, it is a good figure.
Just a beautiful piece of art. So that is my number one honorable mention.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was fun, guys.
It was fun.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
I had a great time. So now we have some slides of the people that commented. I'm going to pause it real quick. All right. We had to pause it for a minute to do some station identification, aka I had to take a leak and get things situated here. So that was our top 10. We had a great time doing it. Thank you guys for watching that. We were running a little bit longer, but we hope that you guys are entertained. So we did call for people to comment on the post that I made about the show. And so these are the list of people that commented. I'm going to add that to the stage, and then we're just going to run through them. I'm not even going to say what they are. You can see right there, people's top 5 or top 10. But I appreciate the people that did take the time to go through the trouble of listing, because I don't think I would have been able to just throw them out there that quick. I probably would have had to think about it for a few days, but these guys actually did it the same day. So, or most of them did. So I appreciate you guys doing that. And we've got some really good choices here. We've got some bangers. It looks like Gadriel down at the bottom. Sorry about that, Michael. But yeah, Jonathan, just Vitus. But you know, he did enter, so he's part of the contest. But yeah, we got some bangers in here. Yeah, good stuff. I appreciate you guys in the comments. And also when the show airs on October 15th, definitely comment on the YouTube show when it airs, and you will be also entered in for the drawing. We're getting there. Robbie's Mora.
I mean, look how varied and diverse.
Yes,
are.
absolutely.
I love it. I mean, I'd rather see this and have people enjoying different things and different figures. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, I love it. A lot of good ones. I'm seeing a lot of.
That's my good friend J Mac here.
Yeah, J Mac is awesome.
Yep, good dude.
Yeah, good choices. There's Juno right there, number 9.
Yeah,
as a number one. This guy's Jake knows his stuff. Ravina. Yeah, I thought about Ravina. I'm like, she is so damn cool. But she just got a little edged out, man. But, you know, tomorrow, who knows? Joe Gonsalves, Gideon, number 1. I need to pick that figure up. But
that version 2 could be the best Mythic figure ever.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it really does. It's amazing. It is amazing. Scaffold is another great choice. I really like Scaffold. Yeah, we got some good ones. Faunus, Grisha, good stuff. Elf Ranger, yeah, that's a good one. And I think that's it. So we ran through those pretty quick. And thanks. What was that?
And we should have mentioned in hand. There was a couple figures that's not out yet.
Right. Yeah, I didn't really hold anyone to that. It's like, that it's kind of like that was our rule for us.
Yeah.
But people do what they want, and that's okay. I'm glad that they contributed.
I mean, I agree. Some of those figures look good that they mentioned.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah. And I want to thank Travis again at Project Action Figure for donating the Hagnon. That's the first top choice of the random drawing. Number 2 will be Dubon, and number 3 will be the t-shirt. So I appreciate you guys commenting, and I appreciate you guys for staying up late with me and recording this show, having a good time. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Yeah, it's a blast. So yeah, you guys that are watching the show, comment if you haven't already. If I didn't show your slide, comment on this show, and we will put you in the drawing, which will be October 22nd, and we'll get those prizes out to you guys. Okay.
Yep.
And that concludes our top 10 episode. We did have some news today. By the time this episode airs, it'll be old news. Maybe some people will have the figure in hand, but the latest figure Obscura dropped this morning, and it turned out to be Frankenstein's creature, and it's pretty awesome. What do you guys think?
I love the just it comes with so much, some new parts. I'm looking forward to seeing in future figures. I'm all for anything horror, so it was like an instant buy for me without even looking at it. I knew it was going to be good, but I'm really excited for it. It just seems like it's going to be a fun figure to play with. I sound like a kid, but I think that's what this is about, is having fun.
Oh, absolutely. It's the inner kid. Yeah.
It's pretty much a play set, kind of like the Anubis and Bastet
exactly.
pack. It was like a little Egyptian play set to play with, and I think this is just going to take that over the top and all kinds of stuff. And I look forward to these photo shoots that these guys are going to do with this. And
absolutely,
Eric, I hope you get it, because I enjoy your photos too. So
thank you.
It's going to be a fun figure, I think.
Absolutely, I agree. What do you think, Eric? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah. So I mean, the teaser image came out. You had the lightning bolts in the sky, and a lot of the guesses were Frankenstein's monster, and yeah, so it wasn't too surprising what it was, but I was surprised at how cool. I mean, I probably shouldn't have been, considering Four Horsemen design and sculpting is top notch, but I was really shocked and blown away by what they put out. I mean, you get a brand new body. It's 1.0, but longer and taller. Completely surprised by that. You get how many heads? 3 heads, I believe, with it. I could be wrong, but you get the table, and the table moves up and down also. You get the soft.
I think it tilts.
Yeah, it tilts. Yeah. You get the soft good pants. You get that. I actually like that they went for the jacket is the plastic, kind of hard plastic kind of thing. You get the rope around its waist. You get the long hair look. You get the bald. There's just so many different ways to display it. And I'm not a big, huge Figura Obscura guy, but I've been pretty tempted. And when we're done with this, I might hop on to see if they're still available in May may pick up a single set. I think it looks incredible, and what the value you get at $70 for that much that they're packing in, I think well done, Four Horsemen.
They are still available at this time. I'm looking now.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't buy one either. I thought, I had showed on my other show, Double Jointed with Mark Thomas. I had picked up a Dick Tracy set and also a